We all have dreams and aspirations that tug at us, some quietly and some so insistently that we can't ignore them. But have you ever thought about why you feel those desires so deeply? Why certain dreams call to you and others don't? There's a reason behind it. Your desires are not random. They are not things that merely float by for you to dismiss or ignore. They are clues, reflections of your innermost self reaching out to guide you toward the life you are meant to live. Think of them as signs, small signals from within that illuminate the path forward. These desires point toward who you are, who you're meant to be, and the impact you're meant to have in this world. Now, maybe some of these dreams have been with you for years. They might even feel too big or too far out of reach. And in today's world, where we're bombarded with distractions, it's easy to push them aside or tell ourselves we'll chase them later. But the truth is, if you're feeling that inner pull, it's because those dreams are an integral part of you. They aren't random whims. They represent the parts of you that want to grow, that want to be seen, and that are ready to come alive. And when you acknowledge these desires, when you honor them instead of burying them, you're taking the first step toward real fulfillment. Imagine for a moment that every time you ignore a dream or brush aside a desire, you're dismissing a piece of yourself. That is a powerful thought because it brings home the fact that what we desire isn't outside of us, it's within us. And these inner callings have one purpose: to guide us to a fuller version of ourselves. Recognizing this is what sets us on a journey to not just achieve goals, but to discover parts of ourselves we didn't even know existed. What you seek, in essence, is a reflection of what's already inside you. And that means every step you take toward that desire is not just a step forward, but a step inward. It's an unraveling, a discovery of your own strength, potential, and purpose. You don't have to know all the answers, and you don't need to have it all figured out. But if you can trust that your desires have meaning, that they're showing you something real and important, you're already on the path to transforming your life. So don't push your dreams aside. Don't wait for a better time. There's no better time than now. Every day you choose to listen to that inner call and take even the smallest action, you're honoring your true self. And that's how you start to live a life that feels real, a life that feels true, and a life that fills you with purpose and joy. Because in the end, what you seek truly is seeking you. It's simply waiting for you to take that step forward and claim it. When we think about seeking something, it's easy to fall into the mindset that we're incomplete without it, that we have to chase it down, that happiness or success or fulfillment lies somewhere out there. But the truth is, the things we seek are not elusive or out of reach. Often they are closer than we think, waiting for us to recognize them, to align ourselves with them, and to step into a version of ourselves that's ready to embrace them. This shift in perspective, from chasing something outside of us to realizing it's within reach, changes everything. Imagine this every day. We're putting energy out into the world with our thoughts, actions, and beliefs. If we're constantly focused on what we lack, then we're sending out the message that we're not ready, that we're waiting for life to fix something before we can be fulfilled. But when we shift from this scarcity mindset to one of abundance and readiness, something incredible happens. We stop searching desperately, and instead we start attracting opportunities, people, and experiences that resonate with our true selves. What we seek starts finding us in ways we may not even expect. Think about the goals or dreams that have been with you the longest. They aren't coincidences or just passing thoughts. They're reflections of who you are at your core. And when we become intentional about what we want, we start to find ourselves in places, surrounded by people, and having experiences that draw us closer to those dreams. It's almost as if by committing to them in our hearts, we signal to the universe that we're ready, that we're open, and that we're prepared to receive what is meant for us. But here's a powerful truth. This isn't magic or luck. It's the product of clarity, of knowing ourselves deeply, and of having the courage to put that self out into the world. When we stop hesitating, when we stop waiting for the perfect moment, we become like magnets for the things that resonate with our true desires. And suddenly, what once seemed distant and unattainable becomes part of our everyday lives. So as you think about what you're seeking, remember that it's not something you have to chase endlessly. You don't have to run yourself into exhaustion trying to find it. What you're seeking is also seeking you, but it's waiting for you to embrace the version of yourself that's aligned with it. Each day, by nurturing that alignment, by believing that you are ready and worthy, you bring yourself one step closer to realizing it fully. And ultimately, that's how we create lives that feel both meaningful and fulfilling, by understanding that what we're seeking is within our reach, simply waiting for us to say yes. Sometimes we focus so much on chasing what we want that we forget the powerful role of patience. We've been taught to believe that if we're not actively doing something to move closer to our goals every moment, then we're wasting time. But there's a huge difference between waiting passively and practicing active patience. Patience, in this sense, isn't about idly standing by, it's about trusting the process, knowing that growth takes time, understanding that what you're seeking is on its way, even if you can't see it materializing right now. Sometimes the best action we can take is to continue showing up, doing the work we know is meaningful, and allowing time to work its magic. Consider this: seeds don't sprout the day they're planted. There's an incubation period that's absolutely necessary for growth, and if you were to dig them up every day, checking for signs of life, you'd destroy their chance to thrive. Likewise, our dreams and goals have their own timelines. While we're putting in the effort, there are forces working behind the scenes, aligning circumstances, connecting people, and creating opportunities we might not yet see. Patience becomes a form of faith, a deep-rooted belief that even when things aren't visible, progress is being made. During this period, the key is to focus on our inner work. It's about building resilience and developing an unwavering belief in ourselves and our vision. When we're impatient, we're easily discouraged by setbacks or delays, viewing them as barriers rather than just part of the journey. But when we embrace patience, we understand that these challenges aren't walls, they're stepping stones designed to strengthen us and prepare us for what's coming. This shift in mindset allows us to see our journey from a broader perspective, with setbacks becoming essential lessons rather than insurmountable obstacles. But patience is also the gateway to creativity and innovation. When we're not so focused on forcing things to happen, we open ourselves to new perspectives and solutions we may have overlooked in a rushed state. We find inspiration in places we hadn't noticed, and we gain insights into aspects of ourselves that we hadn't recognized. By allowing the process to unfold, we're actually giving ourselves room to grow in ways that make us ready for the very things we're seeking. So, as you journey toward what you're looking for, give yourself the gift of patience. Trust that the seeds you've planted are growing, even if you can't see them sprouting just yet. Remember, you are not waiting for something, you're actively preparing for it. You're becoming the person who is ready to receive it fully, and every step, every small moment of patience is drawing you closer to what you're seeking. And when it arrives, you'll know it was worth every minute you invested in the journey. When we talk about aligning our actions with our desires, it's about more than just working toward a goal, it's about embodying that goal. It's not enough to wish for something if our actions don't match what we're asking for. Imagine wanting financial independence, but every day you're spending impulsively, or wishing for a healthy lifestyle while neglecting exercise and nutrition. There's a disconnect here, and that's what alignment addresses. Alignment is when our actions, thoughts, and intentions harmonize to form a clear path toward what we want. It means we act from a place of readiness for the life we're working to create, every step of the way. But alignment goes even deeper. It's also about making sure that our habits, routines, and even our environment reflect our goals. For instance, if you're striving for peace, yet you surround yourself with negativity or keep indulging in distractions, that's a misalignment. Achieving what we're seeking requires an environment and mindset that actually support our aspirations. And this might mean making some difficult choices, letting go of certain habits or even certain people that no longer align with your vision. These decisions are rarely easy, but they're necessary for building a life that genuinely reflects what we desire. One powerful tool for alignment is visualization. When we take the time to picture ourselves already living our goal, we're not just dreaming, we're conditioning our mind to recognize opportunities and act accordingly. Studies have shown that visualization has a tangible impact on our brains, preparing us mentally and emotionally for what we want. This process strengthens our resolve and aligns our actions with the vision we hold. The more vividly we can imagine ourselves achieving our goal, the more naturally our actions will follow in support of that vision. Another aspect of alignment is consistency. A lot of people start out strong, full of motivation, but when things get tough or results aren't immediate, they lose momentum. Staying aligned with our desires means being committed to the journey, regardless of how slow progress might feel. It's about understanding that each action, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your goal. Consistency helps bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be, and it reinforces the habit of showing up for yourself every day. When we bring our actions into alignment with our desires, we're no longer just passively waiting for things to happen. We're actively preparing, positioning ourselves so that when opportunities arise, we're ready to meet them. We're not just hoping for change, we're embodying it. And in doing so, we begin to see that our path unfolds not because of sheer luck, but because every action we take, every decision we make, has brought us one step closer to what we're seeking. The resilience is essential on any journey toward achieving our desires. When we set out with a vision in mind, it's easy to feel energized and motivated. But inevitably, obstacles appear, moments of doubt, unforeseen setbacks, or even the voice of criticism, whether from within or from others. Resilience is what keeps us moving forward despite these moments. It's not about avoiding hardships, but rather learning to adapt, to rise up each time we're challenged, and to view each setback as a lesson rather than a defeat. Resilience helps us see that every experience, whether positive or difficult, is ultimately a part of what shapes us and our journey. To cultivate resilience, we must shift our mindset. It's about learning to embrace the process rather than focusing solely on the end goal. Many people quit because they think success should be instant or easy. But growth takes time. Just as a seed doesn't bloom into a flower overnight, neither do our goals manifest without patience and consistent effort. When we accept that there will be highs and lows and that progress sometimes comes in small, subtle ways, we free ourselves from the pressure of perfection. We allow ourselves to grow through each step, even the painful ones, because we understand that resilience is built precisely in those difficult moments. One of the best ways to strengthen resilience is by acknowledging the progress we make, no matter how small. Often we overlook the minor victories because they don't feel significant, but these small steps are what ultimately lead to lasting change. Celebrate each milestone, each new skill learned, and every instance where you've overcome a challenge. Recognizing our progress not only keeps us motivated, but also reinforces our ability to face future obstacles. Every step forward, no matter how slight, is proof of our capacity to persist, to push through, and to grow stronger in the face of adversity. Resilience also comes from embracing flexibility and letting go of rigid expectations. When we start our journey, we often have a specific idea of how things should unfold. but life rarely follows a straight path. Resilience means adjusting when things don't go as planned, being willing to take a different route, and understanding that detours are often a part of our journey to where we need to be. By staying adaptable, we don't waste time resisting change. Instead, we use it as an opportunity to grow and to approach our goals with a fresh perspective. Ultimately, resilience fuels our journey by teaching us that we are capable of enduring far more than we realize. Each setback is a stepping stone, and every challenge builds our strength. When we choose to keep going, even when it's hard, even when the path seems unclear, we're actively shaping our character. And over time, this resilience becomes an unwavering belief in ourselves and our ability to reach what we seek. This belief that we can weather any storm and emerge stronger becomes the foundation of our journey. And with each step, we move closer to the vision we hold for our lives. Our patience and trust in the journey are powerful allies in our pursuit of what we truly seek. When we set our intentions and commit to a path, there's often a sense of urgency to achieve our goals right away. We want results, and we want them fast. But what if, instead of constantly focusing on how far we have left to go, we allowed ourselves to trust in the process? Trusting the journey means understanding that some things are beyond our control, and that growth, real growth, takes time. Patience is not simply waiting, it's the practice of letting go of control, trusting that what we are working toward is on its way, even if we can't yet see it. How many people struggle with patience because we live in a world that values immediacy? We want quick solutions, fast answers, and instant results. But what if the most meaningful things in life require time to mature, much like a seed that must be nurtured before it can blossom? Trusting the journey is like caring for that seed. You water it, give it sunlight, and let it take root, even though it may take days, weeks, or even months before you see visible growth. This patience is an act of faith, a deep belief that all our efforts are cultivating something meaningful, even when the results aren't immediate. By embracing patience, we're able to approach our goals with less anxiety, freeing ourselves from the need to rush and allowing ourselves to fully invest in each step of the process. Trusting the journey also means learning to value where we are right now. Often we get so caught up in the end result that we overlook the lessons and experiences available to us in the present. But each moment, each challenge, each success, each setback has something to teach us. When we allow ourselves to be present and to trust that we're exactly where we're supposed to be, we create space for growth, even when it doesn't look like progress. Every experience along the way builds our character, strengthens our resolve, and brings us a little closer to understanding what we truly seek. Practicing patience and trust isn't about settling or being passive. It's about finding balance between actively pursuing our goals and allowing things to unfold in their own time. We still take action, we still make choices, but we do so without the constant pressure of needing immediate validation. Trusting the journey allows us to release the anxiety that comes from impatience, and instead we replace it with a calm assurance that everything is falling into place as it should. Ultimately, embracing patience and trust is about respecting the rhythm of life. Not everything happens on our timetable, and that's okay. We realize that sometimes the best things come when we least expect them. And with each moment of patience, we cultivate inner strength, resilience, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and our path. So, as we continue to seek what we want most in life, let's do so with patience and trust, knowing that everything is aligning in the perfect time. Visualization and manifestation are powerful tools for creating a life that aligns with our deepest desires and goals. To visualize is to allow ourselves to mentally experience our dreams, to see them clearly in our mind's eye, as if they are already real. This isn't just daydreaming, it's about immersing ourselves in the feeling, the excitement, and the fulfillment of already achieving what we seek. When we do this, we're programming our minds, focusing our energies, and creating a deep inner belief that what we desire is not only possible, but already within our reach. Many successful individuals have spoken about the power of visualization. Athletes often visualize themselves winning a race, musicians imagine themselves performing flawlessly, and leaders see themselves making impactful decisions. This isn't just to increase confidence, it's about preparing the mind to recognize and seize opportunities when they arise. When we repeatedly visualize our goals, we're training our minds to expect success, aligning our actions and reactions to support that vision. Our brains begin to interpret these images as reality, and we start acting in ways that bring us closer to the life we've imagined. The manifestation, on the other hand, takes this one step further. It's about consciously creating a mindset and environment that attracts what we're seeking. Manifestation isn't just about hoping for something to happen, it's about believing it will, taking aligned actions, and creating habits that support that outcome. It's understanding that our thoughts, our beliefs, and our actions create a vibration that influences the people, opportunities, and experiences that come into our lives. By holding a clear vision of our goals and maintaining positive expectations, we're effectively inviting those outcomes into our reality. But it's essential to pair this with action. Visualization and manifestation aren't substitutes for hard work. They're tools that keep us motivated and aligned as we put in the necessary effort. Imagine driving a car toward a destination. Visualization is like seeing the destination ahead, clear and bright, keeping you motivated through every twist and turn. Manifestation is the energy you put into the drive, the belief that you'll get there, and the choices you make along the way. But you're still responsible for steering, for staying focused, and for doing the work to reach the destination. Without action, visualization and manifestation are incomplete. What's powerful about these practices is that they cultivate a proactive mindset. Instead of waiting for things to happen, you're actively inviting them into your life. You're clear on what you want, intentional about how you pursue it, and resilient in the face of obstacles. And with each small victory, each step toward your goals, the vision becomes even stronger, and your belief in yourself grows deeper. So as we move forward, let's harness the power of visualization and manifestation. Let's hold that image of our dreams vividly in our minds, believe in their reality, and act in ways that align with our vision. By doing so, we're not just waiting for life to happen, we're actively shaping our future, one thought and one action at a time. Creating a positive environment for growth is essential if we want to see real transformation in our lives. Our environment plays a massive role in shaping who we are, how we think, and how we behave. Think about the people we surround ourselves with, the conversations we engage in, the books we read, and even the spaces we inhabit. Each of these factors either contributes to our growth or holds us back. If we're not intentional about shaping a nurturing, inspiring environment, we may find ourselves feeling stagnant or even moving backward. This isn't just about avoiding negativity, though that's an important part. It's about proactively filling our lives with what uplifts us. Surround yourself with people who are not only positive, but who challenge you to grow, who inspire you, and who have the courage to tell you the truth, even when it's hard to hear. These are the people who want to see you succeed, who will be there in moments of both celebration and challenge, and who share values that resonate with your own goals and dreams. When you have this support system, it becomes a little easier to take risks, to push yourself, and to keep going even when things get tough. On a practical level, consider the media you consume. If you're constantly taking in messages that focus on fear, scarcity, or drama, it can cloud your perspective. Instead, seek out content that educates, inspires, and motivates. Listen to podcasts that feed your mind, read books that expand your understanding, watch videos that encourage you to be the best version of yourself. This may sound simple, but the impact of daily consumption of positive, growth-oriented content is profound. Over time, it changes how you think, feel, and react. Also, take a look at your physical environment. Is it cluttered or chaotic? Or does it give you a sense of peace and clarity? Sometimes a messy environment can create a sense of internal clutter, making it difficult to focus and feel at ease. Creating a space that feels organized and reflective of your goals can subtly but powerfully influence your mindset. This doesn't mean everything has to be perfect, just intentional. Choose elements in your space that motivate you, remind you of your goals, or make you feel at peace. Lastly, growth also requires that we cultivate a certain internal environment. This means being kind to ourselves, practicing self-compassion, and keeping our inner dialogue constructive. When we inevitably face setbacks, we need to be gentle but firm with ourselves, learning from mistakes without falling into patterns of self-criticism. It's about creating a space in our minds that supports resilience, positivity, and forward movement, regardless of external circumstances. When we're intentional about our environment externally and internally, we're creating the conditions for growth. It's like planting a seed in fertile soil with plenty of sunlight and water. Growth becomes not just a possibility, but a natural outcome. So, as we think about our path forward, let's consider the environment we're nurturing around us and within us. Let's create spaces that reflect our aspirations and support the person we're striving to become. And with each day, let's step into those spaces ready to grow, expand, and achieve our fullest potential. As we journey through life and seek out the things that matter most, we have to remind ourselves to be open to change, to allow ourselves to be flexible, and to trust that the unknown has value. Our goals and dreams have a way of showing up in unexpected forms, sometimes in ways we never anticipated. This openness to the unexpected is a key part of personal growth because it allows us to experience the world with fresh eyes and keeps us from getting stuck in rigid definitions of what success and happiness look like. Think about a time when you thought you knew exactly what you wanted. Maybe it was a job, a relationship, or a specific achievement. You planned, you worked, you imagined how it would unfold, but things didn't go according to your blueprint. Perhaps you didn't get the promotion you'd been working toward, or maybe a relationship didn't turn out as you'd hoped. In those moments, it's easy to feel frustrated or defeated because we tend to attach so much of our identity and happiness to these specific outcomes. But what if the change was there to guide you to something better? What if that door closed so another, even more fitting door could open? Being open to the unknown requires a shift in perspective. It's about releasing control over every detail and trusting in the larger process. It doesn't mean giving up on your desires or your goals. Rather, it means that while you pursue them, you allow space for life to surprise you. You make room for new opportunities, for growth in unexpected directions, and for outcomes that could turn out to be even better than what you imagined. This willingness to embrace the unknown can turn our setbacks into setups, giving us strength and insight that can only come from being flexible. And when we live with this openness, we start noticing that life feels lighter. We're not forcing ourselves into rigid paths or stressing over every outcome. Instead, we're moving forward with intention, but also with an understanding that some of the best things in life can't be planned or controlled. They're discovered. They come through an openness to experience, a willingness to trust that life sometimes knows better than we do about what we truly need. So as you continue to seek what you want most, remember to keep some space for the unknown. Stay curious about what might be waiting around the next corner. Give yourself permission to be surprised by the journey. After all, some of life's most beautiful moments and powerful lessons come when we least expect them. Embrace the unknown with a spirit of trust, knowing that it's all part of a bigger plan meant for your growth, resilience, and ultimate fulfillment. As we approach the culmination of this discussion, it's vital to acknowledge that the essence of what you seek is intertwined with your willingness to engage deeply with your own life. It's not enough to merely desire change, fulfillment, or success. You must also be willing to actively pursue and cultivate those elements in your life. This active participation involves not just setting goals, but immersing yourself in the journey, embracing every twist and turn along the way. Think about the difference between passive wishing and active seeking. Passive wishing often leads to frustration because it places the burden of change outside of ourselves. We wait for things to happen instead of taking steps to make them happen. Active seeking, on the other hand, requires commitment and courage. It involves setting intentions, putting in the effort, and continuously reassessing our goals. It means being willing to get your hands dirty to fail and to learn from those failures. Moreover, seeking actively involves engaging with others. Our connections and relationships play a crucial role in this journey. When we seek support from those around us, be it friends, mentors, or even family, we open ourselves up to a wealth of knowledge, experience, and perspective that can enrich our path. It's through these connections that we often find inspiration, encouragement, and even new directions we hadn't considered. Don't underestimate the power of collaboration and shared experiences. Your network can serve as a vital resource in both your personal and professional life. Furthermore, actively seeking requires resilience. There will be obstacles, moments of doubt, and setbacks along the way. It's essential to embrace these challenges as part of the process. Each hurdle is an opportunity for growth, a chance to refine your goals, and a way to deepen your understanding of yourself and what you truly desire. Resilience doesn't mean simply bouncing back. It means learning to rise stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what lies ahead. As you engage in this pursuit, it's also important to celebrate small victories. Acknowledging your progress, no matter how incremental, can keep you motivated. Each step forward, whether it's a minor achievement or a major breakthrough, deserves recognition. Celebrating these moments reinforces your commitment and reminds you that every bit of progress counts in the grand scheme of your journey. In conclusion, remember that what you seek is not a distant dream waiting to be grasped, but an ongoing journey that requires your active involvement. Engage with your desires, seek out knowledge and support, embrace the challenges, and celebrate your progress. Trust that by taking these steps, you will not only draw closer to what you seek, but also cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose in your life. Let your journey be one of active seeking, knowing that in this pursuit you are destined to discover not only what you want, but also the incredible potential within yourself.